ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Slime Rancher 2. I'm Karen Maku.
And I'm Doom Dragon.
Okay, so what should we make our mission in this episode?
Well, you said you know where the flutter slimes are, but we need the jetpack to get to them.
Yeah, and I don't have that yet. So, should it just be our mission to...
Get the jetpack?
Yeah. So, I don't know. Oh, god damn it! Stop. Stupid alarm. I haven't actually been able to play in my own file of this game for a while. I've been busy with a lot of stuff. Wait, is this also a patch? It is, okay. But yeah, I've been busy with my own stuff. So, I'm gonna try to keep going off of the information I know.
Oh, Ogden.
Yeah.
Hola, Beatrix. Are you there? It's me, Ogden Ortiz. Ortiz? Ortiz.
I don't know my last name.
I hear you're off on a big new adventure on a mysterious island filled with secrets and danger, and maybe a few succulent fruits or veggies the world has never seen before. He's basically like my impression of him is the fucking Swedish chef from the Muppets. You know, I had to ask. Ever since you got me a steady supply of cucadoba fruits, I've been reaching for even greater culinary heights within the far, far range. Plus, I'm getting pretty tired of eating cucadoba pie, cucadoba souffle, cucadoba pudding, cucadoba con carne, cucadoba con cucadoba. I'm running out of ideas. And willpower. Also, it's con carne. I think I fucked up. I'm so tired. So if you want to see something new, please tell me about it. Or so if you see something new, please tell me about it. Tasty treats aside, I want to know all about the new flora and fauna you discover. Never forget, every bit of this wild world is precious and worth our care and respect. And stay hydrated out there. All that adventuring will work up a sweat, so take this water tab. Oh, cool. Good luck, Beatrix. Keep me posted. I'm rooting for you.
It's weird that we get that from him when mostly people use it to, like, refill their things so that the tar don't get them.
What things?
My water vac thingy.
Oh.
Yeah, we have that now, remember?
I just didn't know what you were talking about for a minute. Because I thought you meant the hydro turrets that are used to spray tars, and I thought that, like, they,
Right, I was moving these.
Yeah. You should also go down to the science station at some point and see what we actually need to make the jetpack.
Okay, I will. Just let me get back to moving these things.
Alright.
Is the TV too loud?
I don't think it is, but you're the one who has to edit this, so...
I'm gonna leave it alone.
Okay. What are you gonna put there after you get rid of all the cats?
I don't know. Because I was thinking about making this an area that's, like, mostly, like, bunnies, but, like, I mix the bunnies with both pink and tabbies. Because there's not enough area for every slime pairing to have their own spot.
I know, you've said that.
So,
at least for now. They might add more slimes later on.
They'll definitely add more area. It's just right now we're kind of stuck. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just... Yeah.
Alright. Why bunny, pink, and tabbies, though?
Those are the ones in the main area.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just as simple as that.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, like I said, I'm exhausted. For the past week, I've been driving all over Texas. Because I've been having to drive 2 hours every day to and from Houston. So that I can sit for roughly 8 hours while they explain to me how I'm going to be doing my new job. And then yesterday I did my shadow day, which was when I went to the job and I sat with somebody who was doing their job. And they explained to me how it works, and they basically told me that everything I learned at the training stuff is useless, and I'm not actually going to do any of that.
Well, it's more outdated.
No, it's not. That's the thing.
Really?
Is that like literally? I think they said like 4 weeks before I started, they just changed up the entire curriculum and they condensed everything down into a single day. Because it's like used to be all of the training is my new job, by the way, is a rural postal carrier.
Okay. That seems good.
And there, so it's two things. One, before I started, it took 4 days to do like all of the basic classes.
Mm-hmm.
They got that condensed down to 1 day now.
I think it's they have to be short on workers, right?
They are, and it's the holiday season. And like before I started, like I was talking with the person I was doing my shadow day with, and they said that I have to do an academy. As of recording this, day after tomorrow, for the next 4 days, I have to drive all the way up to Houston, and I have to do something called the academy. I don't know what the academy is. I don't know what they're going to be teaching me. I don't know.
It has to be something about sorting the mail, right?
I don't know, because our mail comes in, and it's like already mostly sorted by like the routes. And my route is going to be most of Kinnific. Like, I'm not going to say any addresses because you're not going to know any of them. And my route, the lady who I'm doing the route with, because for my training period, which is going to last, I don't even know how long, could be a couple of months, could be a year.
What if it's the whole 3 months probation period?
The 3 months probation is different from the training period.
Oh.
Yeah. But for the first period, the lady who I'm doing the training with, she told me that it should take me around 4 hours to do my entire route. Once I'm like good at it and once I know everything that I'm supposed to do and all that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then it takes close to like 2 hours to sort the mail. So in total, it's about 6 hours worth of work. My estimated route time is 9 hours. So every day that I work, once I'm done with the probation and once I'm like an actual employee, I'm getting paid for 9 hours worth of work every day that I work. And at $19 an hour, that's pretty fucking good.
I can do math real quick if you want me to calculate how much money that would be.
Didn't you already calculate it?
I don't know. Did I? I'm tired.
You're tired.
Yeah, I know you're probably going through worse, but like I'm doing research and also trying to fix my sleep schedule. That's like the worst part. Because it feels like I'm getting more sleep, but somehow I'm still tired.
Lonnie.
I know it's not like nothing you're going up with.
No, it's like the way you sleep before you tried to fix your sleep schedule. You need radiant ore.
Wait, what?
For the jetpack.
I know where that is. We already have some, apparently.
Yeah, we just need a little more. But the way you sleep is you take just like multiple naps throughout the day. Like, I think there was like a thing about that where it's like somebody said that like the proper way to sleep is to sleep in like naps and then like make those naps shorter, so eventually you're just taking like a bunch of like 45-minute naps or some shit.
Well, that's just trying to like optimize the day.
But for you sleep for like 3 hours, you wake up, you do stuff. Like literally, before I started this job, you would wake up and you would be awake for like 2 hours, and then you would immediately go back to sleep.
I mean, that wasn't by choice.
It wasn't by choice, but it always just got me that you would wake up and then you'd spend 2 hours complaining about how tired you were, and you were usually awake long enough to like eat something, and then you would just go back to sleep. And like that's just the like.
Well, I mean, the whole time that was going on, I was fucking miserable. I didn't want to take naps during the day.
I know. What I'm saying is like my sleep schedule. At my old job, I worked the graveyard shift, so I worked from 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. And then I had to come home and I had to make dinner and I had to do dishes and I had to clean up the kitchen. Oh man, that sucks. Oh, hey, look. Yay.
Yay! Should've gave me a lot of money.
I had to come home and I had to like make dinner and I had to do the dishes and I had to clean the kitchen. And then I got to lay down and go to sleep. But for this new, and then now I'm starting this new
it's
job
gone.
where I have to wake up at 5 o'clock every day so that I can drive all the way to Houston. And I'm tired, man. I'm tired. And I'm trying my best. Like I was saying, so the pay is good and the pay is going to be worth it. But the issue is like a lot of the stuff I'm learning at training, the person who I'm working with is like literally just telling me to my face, like, you don't have to do most of that.
Well, I mean, at least they're telling you that instead of letting you learn it while you're working.
Yeah. Because, like, they teach us a lot of stuff about how, like, the stereotypical mail trucks that you think about, the thing shaped like a fucking box on wheels.
Yeah.
Those are called LLVs, and it stands for Long Life Vehicle. Those vehicles...
You're damn right it has a fucking long life.
Yeah. They don't make them anymore. They produced them from, like, they produced them for, like, 1986, and then they stopped producing them at 1999.
What was that, like 5? Yeah.
Or 1998. Like, they stopped producing those vehicles in 1998. Right?
Yeah.
They don't make them anymore.
Uh-huh.
Those vehicles were designed to last 15 years.
Did they?
The oldest ones right now are 36. And it's the one, like, for my shadow day.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, we would be, for my route, luckily, that's also a thing, or for some rural carriers, we have to use our own vehicle, which we get paid a fucking astonishing 98 cents a mile. Which,
yeah, you were bragging about that with your friends at your old job, and they were surprised.
They almost shit themselves when I told them that. Because Domino's pays the most of any pizza place when it comes to mileage, right?
Which, good on them for that.
Yeah, like, well, it's because they have the money too, because they're like, it's fucking Domino's. Dude,
Yeah,
it's great.
their pizzas are expensive, but at least
But they're good quality pizzas.
It is.
Like, I've had Pizza Hut. It's not as good as Domino's. Like, if I had to rank it, it would be Domino's, Little Caesars, and then Pizza Hut.
Wait, that means Pizza Hut's the worst.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, it's not the worst pizza I've ever had. Worst pizza I've ever had, actually really, I want to whisper this. I don't like CC's pizza.
Fair.
And the reason that's taboo is because in my family, around Christmas time, we do Christmas shopping. Which is when me, my grandmother, my stepmom, and my 2 sisters, we go to this store in Humble called the 5 and Under store, where everything is like $5 and below.
I'm doing that thing where I'm bouncing every time I walk. I don't mean to do that. It's just fun.
But we go to that store and we do all our Christmas shopping for each other, and then we go to CC's.
Yeah.
And we just have some pizza and we enjoy it. And it's really nice, but CC's is pizza that like I can only eat once a year because it's like really bad pizza. I think last year we actually didn't even go to CC's. I don't even remember where we went. But like, back to what I was saying. Domino's pays the most of any pizza delivery place when it comes to mileage. They only pay, before I started working during the peak of COVID, the most they had paid, which was the most anybody had seen the most they've ever paid for mileage, was 44 cents a mile. And then once COVID calmed down and all that, they knocked it down to 33 cents a mile. And when I was working for Domino's, that was like, that's how much they were paying. So for them to pay 98 cents a mile, that's
Baseline.
That is baseline. And then like my route that I drive is most of Kinnifick. So
Yeah, you're gonna be covering so much ground.
it literally would equal out to being around $500 a mile. Like straight up. But yeah, it would be a fucking law. What if you can like throw them against the wall and they shatter open and it's just dust?
You killed him.
But yeah, so 98 cents a mile is freaking biblical, but I'm most likely not going to... Man, they really upped the splash radius.
Yeah, man.
Jesus. But they...
I knew where the thing was.
but I'm most likely not going to have to use my own vehicle. Since I'm starting out as an assistant and a replacement, I might... Oh, hey, look, the thing that we needed.
But is it enough?
That's...
We need to,
one more.
Yeah. Okay, so it was in this area, it's just I can't seem to find any.
But I might have to use my own vehicle. But it won't be anything terrible if I do, because if I have to use my own vehicle, that would mean that I'm taking like half of the route. So, and it's honestly not even that big of a route as big as I thought it was going to be. So, all things considered, I think I was more panicked for this job because the way they described it to me was the way they would describe it as a rural carrier for Houston. And in Houston, if you go out to a rural area, it's still like there's still a McDonald's, right? Like they call it rural, but like there's still gonna be like a fucking McDonald's. You're gonna get great cell service. Like you're probably like 5 minutes away from like a fucking Dave and Buster's or some shit.
Dave and Buster's.
Dayton is considered a like rural town. So when you go and deliver rural mail in a rural town, it's one of those things where like I can like when I was delivering mail on my shadow day, there was one period of time where we had to drive 5 minutes in between the drop-off points. Like that's how fucking rural it is out there. Which is why I applied to be a rural carrier instead of a city carrier, because when I was talking to a lot of people, apparently rural carrier is actually one of the best positions you can have.
Oh, so you ended up doing good.
Yeah,
okay.
Because there are positions that pay more and pay better and have like a better chance for growth and stuff like that. But if you're new to like postal work, then rural carrier is one of the better places to start, because like it's really good pay and it's not like super stressful. And again, especially if you're a rural carrier in a rural area, and it's not super stressful or anything like that. So, and like if you're a city carrier and you miss somebody's mail, you like
die.
You can just forget about it and just be like, I guess I'll deliver it tomorrow. But like if you're a rural carrier and you miss somebody's mail, you're like, I can literally just get them on the way back.
I'll swing around in a couple of minutes.
And they also told me when I was
go away. Jeez.
When I was doing my training and stuff, they would stress like if you're in an LLV, don't ever back up. Which is fair, because in an LLV, you can't see the back of your vehicle.
I like to imagine that it's a matter of, like, in an LLV, maybe at one point in its life it could back up. But
no, dude, the LLV I drove in for my shadow day, the speedometer didn't work.
I know.
The speedometer didn't work. The odometer didn't work. Like, we're supposed to document our mileage at the beginning of each day, and then we document it at the end of the day. And the person I was doing my shadow day with hadn't driven an LLV in a very long time. Because for my route, we get to use a van. And the van has air conditioning.
Dude, I think you got lucky.
I got incredibly lucky.
Because you were so worried about, like, oh man, what if I have to use my truck for the job? What if it breaks down? What am I going to do? And then it turns out you're not even going to be using your truck, most likely.
And even if I use my truck, it's not a big deal. Because I still get like $500.
Yeah, it's either
Domino's, I'll get $20.
Use the company vehicle to do your route, or get an extra $500.
Because like the LLV has 7 mirrors.
Dude, the $500 is like half of the maintenance cost whenever we take it to the mechanic.
Yeah, and like for the LLV, you can't see behind you, right? So
yeah,
like when I was doing the training. Remember, I think I told you about this. When I was, like, learning how to drive, I bullshit my way through parallel parking. Because the instructor, who had never taught me to parallel park, turned and looked at me. I was like, I taught you how to parallel park, right?
And you were like, yep.
I was like, uh-huh, yep. And he was like, okay, well, we're going to do it once, and if you ace it, then I'll just say you did great.
I don't think you had a good teacher.
No, Mr. Kent was great. He was a very nice teacher. He just, like, couldn't keep things straight in his own head, I think. I think he was just old.
How old was he?
I want to say he was like 50 maybe. But yeah, so like I kind of just like bulk shit my way through parallel parking, and then I got to doing the LLV training, and they were like, we're gonna teach you how to parallel park because if you go to a business, like if you're on break and you want to go to McDonald's or some shit, you have to either back in or find a space to parallel park.
And you're not allowed to back in.
So they taught us how to back in and they taught us how to parallel park. I aced backing in and I aced parallel parking. Literally, I aced the whole thing. And they
you just Tokyo drift into the parking spot.
They even told us afterwards, they were like, this is actually one of the best classes we've had in a while because last time we had somebody hit a tree.
Did they ruin the, like, training vehicle?
No! Dude, I could hit a brick wall with an LLV and it'd be fine.
No, I mean, that would be how bad the last class was.
Oh, yeah. Actually, funny enough, when I do my shadow day, I'm technically not supposed to do anything. Like, I'm just supposed to sit there and watch. But I forget what she's called. The person who trained me.
The teacher?
The teacher. She, like, turned and looked at me and was like, listen, you need to get hands-on experience. Like, you're gonna excel way more at this job if you actually get a feel of it.
Is it like a supervisor or another coworker?
It was another coworker.
Okay, at least they're, like, understanding of it, because imagine you go in and you're bad and they're like, look at this fucking loser making it hard on everyone else.
Oh yeah, like I said, when I was doing my classes, the only thing I failed at, like, they had us drive around in Houston, which, miserable fucking experience.
It's a good thing you're not working in Houston then.
Oh yeah, actually, funny enough, one of the instructors, like, they asked us all, like, where we're being stationed at. I told him I was in Dayton. He said, you live in Dayton? Dude, you get to eat at Mike's every day!
Priorities.
Which, Mike's is this, it's this place in town that is...
Have I seen it? Is it actually in town?
Oh yeah, it's in town.
Okay.
It's... we don't drive past it. It's like it's behind McDonald's.
Oh, that place.
I really want to go to Mike's, actually. Because that guy, he started talking about it, and he was like, me and my buddies will actually drive down to Mike's at least once a week, just so we can eat there, because it's that fucking good. And he started talking about it, and I was sitting there, I was like, fuck, man, now I want Mike's.
Listen, man, don't talk about food during the lesson. You're getting me hungry.
I want to go to Mike's. Maybe after I get my first paycheck, we can go to Mike's.
Well, you said that you're getting paid this Friday, right?
Yeah.
So we can just go then.
But, like, yeah, so they had us drive around in Houston, which I hated doing it because I hate the traffic in Houston.
Understandable.
And, again, the speedometers and the LLVs don't work well. Like, they just sit there and they, like, jitter. So you're like, I'm either going 25 miles an hour or I'm going 48. I don't know.
I'm either going too fast or too slow, but I'll never know.
So they kept having to come back there. They kept having to, like, they pulled over. And they were like, listen, I need you to speed up because right now a snail could outrun you. And I was like, listen, there's a fast snail.
Are you sure? Because I felt like I was going 50.
Oh yeah, that's the other issue is the LOVs are so big that when you're driving around, you can be going 25. It feels like you're going 78. Like the whole time I was driving, I was like, I'm going way too fast, and they pull me over and they're like, you're going too slow. But luckily, like I said, I'm not going to have to learn how to drive in an LLV.
Even though your paperwork shows that the only thing you passed in driving, they didn't teach you how to drive in the, like, newer ones.
But we get to drive in the van, which is air conditioned and has a camera specifically for backing up. Oh, which funny thing.
Oh wait, I can get the jetpack now.
Oh, right.
Hang on, I can do it.
So I told you, my instructor told me that, like, I'm not supposed to drive, but she let me drive and deliver some mail for one neighborhood just so I could get a feel of it. I was doing great, but at one point we got to, like, a dead-end street. She told me to back up.
And then you were just like, dude.
I hit a tree.
Oh no!
I, like, backed right into a tree, right in front of a UPS truck too. So I kind of just sat there and I was like, crap, we gotta get out and we gotta break dance with him so we can save our honor.
Oh no, that one video. Oh no.
But like, I hit a tree. I thought I hit I thought I hit the customer's fence for a minute. So I was freaking out, but like, I only hit the tree. I was okay. The lady really, like, the whole time I was training, she was like,
do I have hunters? I don't have hunters, do I?
Mm.
Actually, wait. Let me make sure that everyone has food before I go do what I'm doing.
Okay. But like, the lady taught me, like, listen, they taught you to do it this way. Don't do it this way. It's a huge waste of time.
Trust me.
Trust me. They teach you, if you're in an LLV and you have to get out, you have to do the 5 steps. which is you park. Which, the other thing, you know how in most vehicles they have like a little a thing to show what gear you're in?
Uh-huh.
To show if you're like in park or reverse and stuff like that?
Yeah.
LLVs don't have that. They used to. They don't work anymore. So you kind of just have to guess and like count it out when you're shifting gears. So you're like, okay, park, reverse, neutral, drive. So when you get into an LLV, or you have to get out, you pull over, you curb the wheel, which means you turn the wheel all the way to the right, so if it starts moving forward, it's just going to hit the curb, or it's going to go into a ditch, which I think they just didn't think of for rural carriers, because I don't know if any of you live in a rural area. We don't have curbs. Most of our roads aren't paved. Especially in Kinnific. Half of the roads in Kinnific aren't paved. But so, like, you curb the wheel, you put it in park, you do the emergency brake, then you get out, you lock your door.
They really want to make sure no one's fucking stealing this vehicle.
Oh yeah, so you get out, you lock the door, you take the package, or you take the mail, or you take whatever. You do whatever you were doing when you left, right?
Yeah.
And apparently children love mail trucks.
Which I doubt.
So when you come back to your vehicle, you look under the back of the vehicle to make sure there's not a child under there. Then you go around, still at the back, and you go around and you look both ways down the street to see if anyone's coming or going. Mm-hmm. Then you go around the front, and you can't stand in front because if someone hits you from the back, it's going to push the car into you and hurt you. So you stand like kind of in front off to the side and look under the vehicle again to make sure there's no children. And then you get in, and then you buckle up, then you...
Get the fuck out of there!
You take down the parking brake, you turn on the engine, you shut your door. Like, you gotta do a whole song and dance, right?
Yeah.
And then I went on my shadow day, and first house we got to, the lady was like, oh, the mailbox is too far away. She just she didn't have her seatbelt on. She literally just got out and put the mail in and then got back in. Like, literally, she did none of the steps, and I just kind of sat there, and I was like...
But you're gonna get in trouble!
I just sat there, and I was like, oh, this is the kind of job that it is.
Where, like, they have, like, safety rules that you don't even need to follow.
Yeah, and...
But maybe she could do that, like, what vehicle were you driving in for this
We were in LLV.
Okay, so maybe she could get away with that because there was no camera.
Which, that's the other thing, is, like... She kept stressing, like, yeah, we're in an LLV today literally just because we have so many packages and we have you here. So I don't think I can fit the packages, the mail, and you in my personal use vehicle, which is the van. So... Or no, it was like she uses her own vehicle, and when she can't use her own vehicle, she uses the van. But someone had taken her van, so we had to use an LLV.
Okay.
So, ultimately... And apparently...
so wait, can you choose to use your own vehicle? Or do they, like, make you...
You can choose to use your own vehicle, but... like I said, I'm most likely not going to have to use my own vehicle all that much.
You don't have to, but you could.
I could. And the way she explained it to me was that it would be easier for me to either buy a new vehicle and put a conversion kit in, or get, like, a vehicle that's already been converted, as opposed to using my current truck, because my truck doesn't have a whole lot of space in it.
Yeah.
So I can't fit, like, all the mail and packages. And apparently, I did my shadow day Saturday, and she told me, like, yesterday, the day before, Friday, there was, like, no mail. There was, like, nothing. She got her whole route done in, like, 3 hours or something. And that, I also loved, like, when we came back, and she explained to me, like, how you come back and all that kind of stuff. She's like, all right, so we're about to go to the office, we're going to get all your paperwork done, and then you can go home. Do you want a popsicle? And I just looked at her.
Didn't even skip a beat.
I just looked at her, I was like, I would love a popsicle. And she got me one of those, the like, little tube thingies that you, like, snip the end off and, like...
The tube thingies?
The push pop, or... are they called push?
I don't know, but I know exactly what you're talking about, like the icy popsicles that you eat on summer.
And they like cut the fuck out of the corners of your mouth and all that.
That's if you're being stupid.
They're fucking great. But yeah, she gave me one of those, and she gave me like the green one without even asking, and I was like, this is gonna be awesome.
I don't like this place.
There's also a couch in the bathroom.
Did Did you like the couch in the bathroom?
It was a nice couch.
Was it the men's bathroom, or do
Yeah.
you have like okay? Because there's a joke about like women having couches in their bathrooms, and I'm like, what bathrooms are y'all going to? Can I go?
Well, it's because our locker room leads into the bathroom. So you go through the door marked for the bathroom, and it's the locker room. So there's like a couch and then some lockers, and then a door in the back that leads to the bathroom.
Okay.
So I think the biggest problem is that like when I start the job, I'm inevitably gonna be slow.
Well,
Because
yeah.
like the lady who gets her whole route done in like 4 hours, she's been doing it for like 2-3 years, I think.
Okay.
So
But like, I think they understand that it's going to take you some time to get used to the route. That's why you're going to get paid hourly instead of per shift.
and that was something I kept trying to like stress to them was I was like, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and apologize because I'm going to be slow and I don't want to bring down the flow of the warehouse. I don't want to bring down the flow of the mail, but like
I would not call our post office a warehouse.
it's not, dude. The facility they took us to, the facility we did our training in was huge. It was the size of a school. Like, I couldn't see the other end.
You're just lost in the mail. It's like, help!
I'm
Please.
sinking in. But yeah, like, it was massive. It was so big. And then our post office is, I can throw, like, a penny and hit the other wall. Like, it's tiny.
But, like, thanks to,
Oh, you got a message.
Oh, I do? I'll look at it in a second. But, like, thanks to you being in deep with the post office, I was able to,
I'm
like...
on the inside.
I was able to know that my package was going to arrive.
Yeah, which I saw the lady who has our route. She's like this older woman. She's very thin. She has like long gray hair. So when you see a woman like that, you think that she's oh, it's another one from Victor.
Do you want to finish your thing, or do you want to read Victor's thing?
It's just like she's like this old woman. She saw me, ran up, and went.
That's creepy.
She just yelled our address at me, and I was like, yes. And she's like, you drive the big brown truck, right? Yeah, I've seen you. And I was like, okay.
It's maroon, but okay.
I was like, lovely to meet you too.
I got a box for you.
And then as we were loading up our LLV, she came and was like, I have a package for 2007 Chester Street.
Yeah, because it's like the day that you went in for your shadow stuff, my thing updated and it says, your package is in Dayton. It's out for delivery. And I was like, excuse me, you were just in Houston like a couple hours ago.
But yeah, no, the mail is like, it's the training is more stressful than the actual job.
It's easier than they let you think it is.
Yeah, because the training they're teaching me for like how it's going to work when you're in like a city, like in Houston or Beaumont or something. But like,
I think they're prepping you just in case you want to transfer.
yeah, like literally 3 of my instructors, I had like 8 instructors, 3 of them had heard of Dayton. 2 of them eat at Mike's every week.
Yeah, when I was working at Family Dollar, there was so many people who had like traveled in town and had no idea Dayton was a place in Texas.
Like literally the lady who I did my shadow day with, she doesn't even live in Dayton.
She doesn't?
No.
You know, just fucking read the thingy.
Alright. Beatrix, I've done it. I believe I've cracked the super mysterious code that was sent to me. It just says big booty bitches. It was astoundingly complex. I believe that the AI that created this code displays a comparable intelligence to my own. So very advanced. Almost alien. But it's actually Victor from the future.
Imagine if that was the case.
Dude, I'd flip my lid. Oh, you're probably wondering what it said. Well, I determined this mysterious, perhaps even alien AI sent a message that says, hello. Is it me you're looking for?
Shut the fuck up.
Not much, but pleasantries count for something. More importantly, though, the moment I cracked it, I received another message. It's almost as though this mysterious AI is monitoring me? How exciting! I haven't decrypted it yet, but the code is considerably more complex than it... the code is considerably more complex. This should be fun. Well, back to work as ever. Go away. Bye-bye.
Okay, we can end the episode here.
Okay. Great.
Did you run out of things to talk about?
No, I got so much more to talk about.
Okay, I guess if you want to hear more about how the post office works, in case you're thinking about working at the post office, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you can get a notification for the next episode.
Alright, yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye!
Bye-bye.